Well, it is 11:11 in the heartland of America, and we're coming to you live straight to your heart. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, with the warmest of greetings for you. Lots of things going on today, lots of exciting changes, and some that are maybe a little bit melancholy, but the one constant in life, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed change. Delaney liked the gun review. Thank you, Delaney. There was a mixed opinion on that, but hey, we're trying to unindoctrinate ourselves and bring new ideas from all aspects of life. Quick update on The Last Stand, our great Monday night program. If you have paid any attention to my social media, you will know that Jay Campbell has decided to leave The Last Stand in order to continue and to further his work within the hormone optimization field, where he is at least the nation's leading expert, if not one of the leading experts of the world. Nice to see you, Marsden Brooks. So Jay will be focusing on his medical work, his hormone optimization work, and The Last Stand. I want you to know, hey, it's The Last Stand. You know what's going to keep going on, right? The Last Stand shall stand. Any rumors of its death have been greatly exaggerated. So I'll be rolling out over the next few days new information about The Last Stand. So The Last Stand does go on, ladies and gentlemen. Same bat time, same bat channel, just without, unfortunately, Jay Campbell. So we will miss Jay, but we know that we're still in good hands, and it's still a great show, and it's still here to help us realize we are the last generation of real humans. And all I can do is give a hearty salute to Jay Campbell for his great work on that show with me over a year, I guess, that we were doing it. So I look forward to Jay's continued success, as well as the success of the program moving forward. So exciting times, interesting times. And ladies and gentlemen, the only constant in life is change. And like people say, Jay will be missed. He absolutely will be missed. And we've got a new co-host coming on board. More information on that as we go. And at noon today, high noon, spirit cooking. Yeah, that right here on this channel, that's going to be powerful. So I wanted to ask you a question today, and this question gets bandied about. This question gets debated within our genre, within the truth movement, the awaken movement, the enlightened movement, whatever we call it. Can we be patriots? Can we love our country and still be awakened? It is an interesting question, because we know that politics and patriotism can be very powerful emotions that blind us or put blinders on us in regards to the actions of the nations that we call home and the nations for whom we have patriotic feelings. So can patriotism be a dangerous thing? Yes, it absolutely can be a dangerous thing. Can patriotism many times get in the way of enlightenment? Yes, it absolutely can. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that if we truly become enlightened, and the more enlightened as we are, we can look to the best, look to the brightest, and look to the most enduring of the truths that bind us together as a people, ladies and gentlemen. And again, The Last Stand is not over. Only Jay has left. So The Last Stand continues on with a new co-host, and we'll be talking about that more. Beth Roper says patriotism divides us. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because we are humans. And as humans, we have natural connections to our roots. We have natural connections. I believe we have spiritual connections to our homelands, our original homelands, and we have spiritual connections to the lands that we live in if we live to them for a long time. And I think those connections are real. And I think those connections need to be honored. So, as Thomas Jefferson peers over my shoulder, I think that I can, as an enlightened person, embrace the high ideals contained within one of the most beautiful documents of freedom ever written. Who can disagree with, as an enlightened person, equal rights for all people? Who can disagree, as an enlightened person, that we've been and we've been given certain inalienable rights by our Creator: the right to life, the right to liberty, the right to the pursuit of happiness. Now, don't get lost in the details of what these men might have said, what these men might have done, or what they started has become. What about the ideals? I think we can be patriots to ideals. If you're from Europe, a European country, you probably have some great ideals that are part of you from that country. If you're born and raised here and don't know much about your country, we have some great ideals that this country was based upon and founded upon. Does it mean that we're all still right in perfect harmony with those ideals? No, of course not. Things have gone awry over the years. So we can either curse them or we can light a candle rather than cursing the darkness. So me, I say it is possible to love your country within an enlightened context, as long as you're able to look at your country in its full reality, warts and all. And as Les Paul says, the Declaration of Independence is one of the most amazing documents ever written. The Bill of Rights is an amazing doctrine. The U.S. Constitution is an amazing doctrine. So don't think that just because you're enlightened, you can't love your country anymore. And don't think just because you love your country, you can't be enlightened. Both are possible. And yet it is a very dicey situation that creates very, very delicate balance. And it really takes work to be enlightened and to be proud of your country. I am a proud American. And if you want to get me upset, say something nasty and rotten and dirty about this country, make fun of this country, tear this country down, especially if you've never worn the uniform. Oh, that'll get me hot in an instant. So, do I love my country? Yes, I do. Am I enlightened? Well, I'm working on it. Do I think that America is the greatest country on the earth? Yes, I do. But I also realize that America is a country on this earth. And see, I've traveled to 5 continents. I've walked the streets that are older than anything that's in this country. And I've realized, you know what? These other countries have some great ideas. And I've realized, you know what? Over here in America, we may not know everything that we think we know. But I've also realized that the guys and gals that created this place, that created the idea that is this place, those were men. Those were women. And we would do well to research them, look at them, understand them, read them before we open our mouths and criticize them, having heard nothing more about them than the yapping of the mainstream fake news media. And the Patriots Corner says, but Democrats suck. Patriots Corner, as much as I want to say, yes, they do, and not in a good way, we have to be open to the fact that Democrat, Republican, probably 2 wings on the same dirty bird. Let's find some common ground and work together. And you know what? And somebody makes a good point. It's our job to police our government. And Secretary Girl 777, that's exactly what this guy behind me said. That's what the Second Amendment is all about. So those of you that get upset at me for doing a gun review, well, you're going to be getting upset some more because I'm going to be doing more of them. But the Second Amendment really is about the government being afraid of us. The government saying, we can't take these guys over so easy because they're locked and loaded. So understand what things are about, understand why things are the way they are, and you'll go a long way to understanding the men and the women that started this country, or at least the ideas that started this country. Have we come a long way? Absolutely. Is there a lot bad going on here? Absolutely. Is there a lot wrong going on here? Absolutely. But guess what? It's still the best here that I'd want to be right now, in my opinion. So I am a person that loves the United States of America, not with rose-colored glasses and not with blinders. I'm a person that's ready to roll up their sleeves and work to bring it back to the place. And I don't want to use Trump's slogan, but to make America great again and keep America great. I'm in for that, whether it comes from Democrats, Republicans, or independents. But more importantly, yeah, make America great again is a great idea. Keep America great is a great idea. But you know what's even better? Make Americans great again and keep Americans great. That's what we're trying to do here in this channel, is make Americans great again, and Germans and Britons and all of the great people that watch this show. We're trying to make humans great again, and we're trying to keep humans great. Can you be awake and still love your country? I think so. It's a balancing act. It's a delicate dance at times. But I can't ever really fully trust somebody that doesn't have a little tear on the corner of their eye and a little frog in their throat when they think about the land that their forefathers gave them, and the land that their forefathers fought and died for, and the land to which they have their ancestral roots. Can you be awake and still love your country? One could argue that when you're awake, you'll have a deeper connection to your gods and to the lands from which you came. Something to consider until we join you again, and we will at noon, high noon in the heartland, talking about spirit cooking. Wow. You don't want to miss that one. And just to recap, The Last Stand is not going away. We just lost Jay, but we're here to stay. How do you like that? I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. We are the last generation of real humans. History is written by the winners, so I've got an easy solution. Let's get busy winning today, and together we can write a better tomorrow.